We're really excited about the various workshops we've been having around town at different local churches, and there are just a few testimonies that we'd like to share with you from some of the participants. So have a listen, a look, and continue praying with us.
Well, I thought the Renaissance workshop was amazing. I thought that Dr. Park talked about calling in such a fresh and compelling way, and it just made it very, very interesting for our congregation to think about how they could use their gifts and talents for God's kingdom, and how they can explore who God called them to be.
One of the things Dr. Park talked about was the idea of going all in and addressing fear in regards to really pursuing our calling. So once you know what it is that you were born to do, how do we begin to trust in God and understand that God is our Redeemer, to really believe in that? And so the idea of our faith kind of propelling our calling was really powerful and impactful. I've never really thought of those two things working together, but it does make a lot of sense that when our faith increases, again, our purpose and our ability to do things for God's glory, and again, find a fullness in our humanity, tying those concepts together was actually really, really impactful.
I think it's important because a lot of people just go through the motions all the time, going through life, and they just have their jobs and raising their kids, and they don't really have a purpose. But God has given us all a purpose. We are unique, and He showed us that, and it makes you go beyond yourself and to find out what God has for you planned to help other people. I love it. It was amazing.
The Renaissance Forum helps people truly identify their calling. Once an individual is able to recognize their talents and gifts, they can be a much greater asset to God's kingdom and have a bigger impact in this world. So I'm a happy supporter of the Renaissance Forum, and also Richard Park, who has a great compassion and passion for this ministry that he's leading. So I can't wait to see how God's going to truly bless this ministry and use it in a mighty way.
Why would God create something in His ministry without a purpose, without a calling, without something important to do that's is eternal? So a lot of people these days live a life, just grinding in and out every day, just make a living, where actually the calling was so much bigger and purposeful and eternal. So, it's important, especially in this generation. Again, so many people are just living in and out and without no directions. And this ministry, this Renaissance Forum, helps people to guide them to make sure they're walking the right path, which has a life of calling with purpose and with an eternal perspective. I think it's awesome, this ministry.
So we want to thank everyone who's contributed to the Renaissance this past year and going forward. There are so many folks some of them who'd rather remain nameless, and many others who've just come alongside, whether it's through text messages in group saying, hey, we're praying for that meeting or praying for the next workshop. Folks in our church small group, folks at our church, our pastors, our friends, our family, and others who have just come alongside and contributed financially, saying we believe in the work that's going on. We believe the hand of God is on this. The Spirit of God is moving, and there are people whose lives are being transformed. And so we thank you so much that this is a joyful partnership. It's wonderful to see fruit. It's wonderful to get another email of folks who have really sort of turned the corner in their life to think about calling, and it's such a joyful partnership. And so we invite you again to partner with us, to share in the joy of really helping transform lives that will also transform culture. So thank you again from the bottom of our hearts.